We're in today with the AMD Radeon R9 280X. This is a 2013 video card with 3GB of VRAM GDDR5. It's got 1020 MHz on the core clock and 1500 MHz on the memory clock. 384 bits bus width, DirectX 11 support, and we're gonna pair it up with this i7 7th gen with 4 cores and 8 threads. I think this is a fantastic video card, and the only thing we can do is just jump in a couple of games and see how the GPU is still holding. Let's go. So let's start with in World of Tanks with this video card. It's ultra without any VSync. I think it's the VSync is turned off. So I will say this is a good performance overall. I like this quality when it comes to World of Tanks. Even if it's not 60 FPS, I just want to see how the GPU is working. I managed to put this quality because I like the game how it looks with the maximum details. I want to see the averages, how much this video card in the system is giving me, and it shows me who's the weak link in this system. You know, I know it's the GPU because you can actually see it's giving me 54 FPS on average, 43 minimals if you're not rushing, if you're playing World of Tanks like really slow and take your time and do professional moves, then you'll end up with good FPS. 2.8 gig of VRAM being utilized here with this video card, 98% load on the core and 71 degrees. So the whole system is taking 283 watts consumption. World of Tanks apparently on maximum details can be adjusted in such a way so you can play properly. Let's take a look and see what happens if I put it on high details with VSync. If I put it with high details only with VSync, you can see that the temperature managed to drop down and the wattage 230 watts. Great! But if we're jumping in Cyberpunk, you're gonna see that the video card is doing fantastic. This is 1080p with no upscaling. It's got 30 FPS and it's struggling to actually keep a good FPS, you know, as an average. You can actually see the CPU is being utilized here too, 60-70% load on the CPU. It's doing a good average, you know, so 23 minimals. The maximum that was 51, but I can see it's 50 FPS here with this video card on low details theoretically, but no upscaling, you know. The temperature is gonna get there, you know, but apparently the averages it's is gonna put this video card on the edge, you know. It's interesting to see 30 FPS on 1080p without upscaling because it shows me that there is a chance so I can adjust it in such a way so I can play the game here. You can actually see the CPU is being utilized. The system RAM it's using nearly 13 gig of system RAM. It's reaching almost 50 degrees on the CPU with 50-60% load on the CPU. That's good, you know. The computer is doing a job, you know. It's not fully utilized and everything looks good. The GPU load it's on maximum, but it's 70 degrees, you know, in order to get this performance. Not bad, not good, you know. It's just like that, you know. So can't say nothing, you know. This is how much it's utilizing, you know, the VRAM, you know, 2.2 gig of VRAM, maximum core load, 70 degrees. I'll say in overall performance on the load on the video card, it's decent. Super sampling, super resolution, ultra performance. I just jump in straight to see if I can improve it. 56. It's exactly what I need from this. Exactly what I need from this video card, seriously. 56, 43 minimal and 46 on 1%. This is when I don't move, you know. The moment I start moving, the moment I start looking around, you can actually see the artifacts and the low quality and how it's doing the job. But you get nearly 60 FPS on average. So if you're interested on quality, lock it to a lower FPS, you know, increase the details and that's it, you know. But you got room from 40 to 60 FPS and yeah, it's doing great. Let's jump into Dota 2 and see how it's running with low details. This is going to be very interesting because the amount of FPS I get from here is quite interesting. I don't need more quality in this game because I know that usually you get problems with when you get in the team fight, you know. So in this case, you can actually see that it's running okay, but there is some spikes in the frame time, and I don't want that. You know, the frame time is under 10 now, but the moment you go in a team fight, you will notice that the minimals are getting super low. So even though it's low quality, I think that it's important to understand this and not force the video card, even if it's almost capable of running the game with higher quality. If you have too many, then yeah, you know what? You can increase the quality, but if it's not, then yeah, just stay with low quality, and then you go up from there. But if we're jumping in Farlight with this video card on normal details, you can actually see that the GPU is doing a fantastic work. Only 1.5 gig of VRAM being utilized, 1.6 in this case, but I put it on normal details so I can get that 240 FPS on average. 29 minimals with low details, it's okay, you know, because I got a good frame time. 4-5 frame time, it's okay when it comes to an online game, when it comes to a battle royale. I think this is quite decent, so there is no problem in this situation. It's using the video card only half, and it's keeping the temperature okay, you know. 61 degrees on a video card like this that is getting always hot, I will say it's okay. But if we're jumping in PUBG with lowest details and 70% render scale with 1080p, you can actually see that you die. It needs to be important in this occasion because it offers you the ability to have high averages. You know, if you start from low quality, then you're okay. Damn. One thing I'm impressed is that the CPU still holds around 70-80% load on the CPU with 13.1 gig of system RAM being utilized, and 50-52 degrees on the CPU. That's actually fantastic. But if I take a look on the GPU, that is 100% load, you can get 71 degrees with this. You know, it's using 2.5 gig of VRAM, so this is the problem why I put everything on low details with 70% render scale, because it's got 2.5 gig of VRAM, even like this, you know. So the video card is doing the job, you know, in this occasion with this. Now on the system, nearly 300 watts consumption from this computer, so if you're interested in unlocking the FPS with the monitor, you will get better performance overall. So there is no problem here, you know. If you're interested on better wattage, you have to use VSync, and that's it. If you're interested on using 60 FPS, it's okay. You know, I'm 100% sure this wattage will go down. If we're jumping in Apex with this video card, you can actually see it's doing a fantastic work. It's giving me around 100 FPS on average. That's actually good for this system, for this video card. 77 FPS on average with this system on minimal, and I like it, but it's 1080p low details with adaptive FPS target, you know, so it's maxed on 100 FPS, so it will drag the render scale and the FPS on low. The system itself, it's okay. You know, with this computer, it's using a 10.5 gig of system RAM, you know, in order to deliver this performance with less than 50% load on the CPU and 55 degrees on the CPU depending on the zone. But with the video card itself, 71 degrees on the video card, 99% load on the GPU score. It's okay, you know, but I really want this video card to perform better. I mean, in temperature, 1.9 gig of VRAM. It's actually fantastic performance from the video card. It's utilizing the GPU, but at the same time, you need to understand that yeah, you're gonna get in a big trouble. Nah, you're dead. That's it. If we're jumping on low details with 1080p in Counter-Strike, you can actually see that we're doing very well on averages here. It's doing a fantastic work with hundreds of FPS on average, 27 on minimals, and I will say this is a very decent performance overall. If it's reaching around 10 frame time, the whole system is okay, you know, is doing fantastic. And in this case, you can actually see that actually quality is not very important if you're interested on playing Counter-Strike with high FPS. You need to understand that that the FPS it's very important for this game, you know. So good minimals, nice averages, it's very important to have in the game. Now on the CPU side, you can actually see it's using around 60, 70, nearly to 70% load on the CPU with 11 gig of system RAM from the computer, and I think it's okay, you know. It's not an exaggeration when it comes to saying that you need 16 gig of system RAM to play this game properly, you know. So I will say it's okay on this occasion. But if we're jumping in GTA 5 with this system, you can actually see on normal details with no upscaling, you can actually get decent FPS on average. I like it. I like this performance overall. On the GPU side, you can actually see the temperature is good, 64, 63 degrees on the video card with 60% load on the core. 2.1 gig of VRAM. It's been utilized, you know, the video card is doing the job, and the overall performance from this computer is kind of good, you know. 260 watts consumption from the computer. It's okay. You can't ask more from this. The only thing I managed to utilize today was the fan at maximum speed. That's it. I actually thought I will have to put the voltage on the core a little lower so I can maintain the temperature. I think that was the problem, or maybe because I put the fan on and I have air conditioning now, and the temperature in the room is better now. But in the morning I was like, damn, 70, 80 degrees. I was like, I cannot record like this. But if you have decent temperature in the room, I think this video card can actually hold normally without overheating. But if it's hot in your room, then you have to put a couple of millivolts there down in order to get this video card to stay on the right temperature. I like the video card. They are getting very cheap. The only problem is DirectX compatibility. I mean, it's in between. It's starting Cyberpunk, but it doesn't start Starfield. So I will say almost there. I would prefer an RX series if it's got DirectX 12, if makes any sense. If the video card is cheap, I can recommend it. If not, think twice. I don't know what you think about this video card, but I like it. But if you have any suggestion for this system or for this video card, leave a comment and I will see you very soon.